Welcome back, everyone. This is Xade, and we are back on the TooCrafty Vanilla SMP server. And I've apparently been pranked. So, apparently there's something over. Oh, that's okay. Supposedly it was at my island, but yeah. So, in Discord, I've been harassing Randomobsessor because why not? And she asked me today when the last time I trimmed my lawn was. So, yeah, but she said it was on my island. Apparently, it's not just on my island anymore. Well, apparently, hey look, she didn't even move my torches. How nice of her. Well, we have plenty of flowers now. Oh, look, a sign. Your place seemed to lack some color, so I helped. You're welcome. Thanks, D. But apparently it might be on my island, too. She's like, I wonder how deep this goes. Let's sprint over to the island first. Hey, look, they're watching. I should probably put armor back on. La la. I'm being spied on. Let's go check out the island. Supposedly there's some over there, but I'm guessing she said it was on my island, and I told her I logged out at my tower. And so yeah, that was a couple hours ago though, and I was at work. So I'm guessing there's more. Wait for it. Wait for it. He's gonna get nailed by a zombie. Ow. He has a better bow than I do. The zombies will get him, it's okay. Let's keep running, because he's got much better armor at the very least, and I think his bow's a bit nicer too. He's got an AFK farm at his base, so let's see. It actually looks like if she did something over here, she either removed it and switched because she forgot to record. Or she was just kidding about it being at my island, I don't know. Everything over here seems pretty normal though, so I guess it's just at the tower. I'll run back over there and be right with you. Let's see who's the better shot though. I'm too low. Apparently we all suck. Welp. Oh. I was going to say, let's see how far it goes. Well, question answered. Alright. I guess I didn't mess with anything else, so cool. I'll have to clean that up here in a minute, but we'll do that off camera because that's just a bunch of digging. Let's see what I have been up to besides being covered in flowers. So here's Xademar as we went over in the last episode, and we've got this little door right here, employees only. We pop through here, and I've just got a really basic stairs. Comes down and they go to the same place. It goes that way or it goes this way. This is going to be our trading hall. We'll just kind of show this real quick. This is the same type of trading hall that I use in my single player world. So if you follow my single player series, you have at least somewhat seen this before. But I just created this little room to house it in. And we've got the curved roof. I've never made a curved ceiling before, but I kind of went for it. So let me know what you think of that. It's not a style I've ever done before, but I'm trying to branch out and try some new things. And I wanted to put a ceiling on it, and I didn't want it to be right here because it would have been way too short. It would have felt really small in here. I wanted it to feel a little bigger and spacious, but I didn't want to just make like a little pointless block. So to add a little depth and stuff, I kind of went with this curved thing. Just kind of made a sideways circle and just carried it across. And then I ended up putting carpet in because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do for lighting, and everything I tried I didn't like. So I finally just stuck some jack-o'-lanterns in and put this carpet in, which it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. And then we just kind of stuck this little design with some birch wood in the center just to brighten it up a little bit and give it just a little bit of a more open feel. Let me show you. So I can get myself stuck in here. If I'm a villager and I end up in this trading hall, I get stuck in here, right? Pop out of here. And basically, yeah, so the villager is going to come in there. He's going to land on this pressure plate, and the stair will come up and be even with the rest of this stuff, and it'll be stuck in there, but we'll still be able to kind of walk up and trade with him. And the way that's going to happen, get into our secret little redstone access there. This is just kind of underneath. This is the pistons that push the stairs up right there. And then up above, we come up here. So over that way is where Ramuku has his spawn house. And inside his spawn house is where he built a villager breeder. And he's got them currently sorting there-ish, up above on the ground. And he wants to move them. We're going to combine them into the tower. I'm hoping I can get together and collab the connection, but we are in very much different time zones. So we'll see if we can figure out a time for that or not. But the plan is that we're going to bring from where he's got them right now. They come out into minecarts and they kind of go into a mini trading hall he's got outside his house. And we're going to connect that rail to come down underground and in here somehow. And it will then connect into this track right there. So we've got to take that out to where it is. And then we'll have some kind of sorter in between where we can pull a villager out, see what it is. If it's one we still need or it has a different trade or whatever, then we'll send it down here. If not, we'll send it off to be used for something else or just kill them, depending on the situation. And then the ones we like, they'll come down the track, they come in here, and the way this works is this first villager, you can see he'll hit here, he'll jump the track, and he'll fall in right there. And let's see, how can I demonstrate this the easiest? Like so. So if we just pop that, oops, popped a little too much out. Yeah. So there's a pressure plate here, and what junk do I have? Cobblestone. So we throw something on there. So there's the villager, he gets stuck inside, and this track is now turned behind me, as you can see. So that's what happens is if you kind of look off the side, you can see where the cobble's up. We'll come look at that in a second. But when he lands on there, not only does it push this up and trap him inside, it changes the power underneath this block. So now the next villager that comes up will turn and go into here. This one will then flip, and so the next one will go in here, and so on, all the way around the edge of our build. So let me still that, and if we come back down over here, I'll show you just the simple redstone. It's two different variants. So let's see, where do we have what? That one's inverted. Yeah, that one's inverted. This one's normal? Yeah, okay, so depending on when you put the track down, and I can demonstrate what I mean by this, you can figure it out. So depending on, let's say our villager is going to go that way and fall into there, so it's going to drop off there, and we've got a track, coming from this direction, and then the next version is going to go off that direction. Depending on which way this faces, when you put this track down, by default, it will connect a different way. So if we were going this way, our track would be normal like that, and we would want it unpowered to begin with. But if we, say, wanted to go that way instead from this direction, when we put our track down, that one's still good. That's a bad example. Let's say we're going this way, and we want to turn into the left there. If we put it down, aha, so that one's wrong. So we would never be able to get one in. So for that one, we actually have to start with the mine track powered. So it depends which direction you're facing. So what ends up happening is all the ones on this side and all of the ones on this side are inverted. So our pressure plate's on top of that block right there. When a villager's standing on it, it's going to power that redstone dust that's sitting on this block. And that redstone dust powers the piston and pushes it up to block the villager inside. And that part's the same on all 4 sides. On the 2 sides we have to invert. That redstone dust is also then going to power this block, which is going to turn this torch off, which unpowers this block to turn on this torch, which will power that block to turn that torch off. And on top of that block is the track that is getting turned back and forth. Then on the normal sides, if it's already facing the way we want it, we don't have to invert it, so we want that top torch off by default. And you can kind of see over here, there it's on, there it's off. So for the ones that you just want off because they're already going in the right direction, these torches are not supposed to be there. Went one too far. So this doesn't matter. So what happens there? This is the block again that the pressure plate's on, so it's the same here where the redstone dust just pushes the piston up. But in this case, that block will also turn this torch off, which turns that top torch on and powers it. So it's just a backwards. To invert it, it's just a couple extra blocks. You just add that and that, which you can see aren't here over there. And then instead of the torch coming off the back right there, you have the torch start there and just chain up a little bit. And either way, so that's the it's normally correct, and that's the normally it's incorrect version. Either way, when a villager is standing on the pressure plate, it'll toggle the power to the track, and then depending on where you were and what you're trying to do, it'll just flip this track to the opposite direction. And then of course, if you ever decide you don't need a villager again, or you want to move him, you just remove the villager, slice, and then your track will flip back to where it was. So even if if you have a villager like this whole side and we decide, hey, this villager is no longer useful, even though it's powered beyond there, this single track will still flip. So the next villager will come and he'll skip all the empty ones until he gets to here, and then he'll drop down, and then the next villager would come and go all the way around to the next empty slot to there. The way I've got this set up, it holds 29 villagers, which should be more than enough, because of course, when you're thinking about it, you really only need one farmer for all your food trades, and most of the other things, you're only looking for one villager of each type. About the only ones you're really going to have a lot of are librarians, because there's so many different books. Occasionally you might have, like 2 different ones, because like a priest, for example, you can get, say, glowstone and redstone. Maybe one of them has a really good glowstone trade but a terrible redstone trade, and the other one has a good redstone and a terrible glowstone. So sometimes you might want to double some of those. Blacksmiths, armorsmiths, weaponsmiths, stuff like that, you might get different enchants on that you can buy gear and combine. So occasionally you'll want 2, maybe 3, but for the most part it's 1 to 3 of each villager, except for maybe the librarians, which will probably end up filling up most of this trading hall. However, if for some reason, due to just going crazy, or because we just way too many librarians, we end up having like every book in the game or whatever, if we for some reason do need to expand, all we have to do is this last one, this track will come off, and I can literally just take this track, go down a couple layers, and rebuild this exact setup, possibly a different ceiling or whatever, and you just go down and just start populating it back around the other direction in another layer below this. So yeah, I think 29 will be more than enough though, like I said, and if for some reason it's not, we'll just go down. This is the old if you recognize it from the last few episodes, that is the old slime farm that ended up not being the correct chunks, and so it's just nothing. So we're just putting that to use. But we're going to keep this episode a little shorter. It is like 3:15 in the morning for me. I do need to get to bed, and I've got a bunch of digging to do anyway. So we'll have some repayment for D later. We'll figure something out. She's got to kind of put out an episode, you slacker, before we can start pranking her. But I don't know. We'll figure something out. Anyway, oh, we got ghost blocks already. Right there. Alright, so anywho, as I said, that's going to do it for this week. Let me know what you think of the trading hall. And next episode, we should be putting villagers inside of it. And then, of course, we need to get in on all the farms and stuff so we can actually have stuff to trade with them. So, yippee, lots of projects. I'm going to go clean up all these flowers. There's a good shot. I need a screenshot from my whoa. I didn't know flowers blocked vision. That's cool. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's going on? What's that? Here's a good end scene. So that's gonna do it for today. As always, this is Zade. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye bye. Bye bye.